Been a while since you spent this much time on your back, hey, Christy.
Been a while since I worked this hard. Oh, it hurts!
Not for much longer. Now try and relax.
Easy enough for a man to say.
Don't mind her, Doc. She's just scared.
I never met a new mother who wasn't. Now, here it comes. Come on, push. Let's push. Here it comes. Come on, push. Push. Okay. Okay. Here we go.
She's beautiful. I must tell you something for all the work you've done.
Well, I wouldn't worry about that right now, Christy. You did most of the work.
That's no way to run a business. Carla, go to the top drawer of my bureau. There's a package there under the bloomers. Get it.
Sure.
In my condition, it's been kind of slow around here these last few months. But this should settle up, Doc. Besides, I don't want her starting out in debt. Oh, sweetheart.
Christy, you know I don't carry a gun.
Please, it's all I have of any value.
Where'd you get this?
From the no account that fathered this little girl. But he's at the other end of a rope. I'm hoping it'll bring better to you.
I can't accept.
Sure you can. I'm no charity case. You'd be doing us a kindness if you take it.
All right. All right, I'll take it off your hands.
Thank you, Doc.
Now you get some rest.
Okay.
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 Miss Woods, thank you again. I'll check back in the morning.
Thank you, Doc.
Madison Butler is about to discover that acts of mercy aren't always repaid in kind. Sometimes payment is made with the dead man's gun. In the American West, a gun touched by evil passed from hand to hand, changing the lives of all who possessed it. Its origin unknown, its dark legend grew, until it came to be known as the dead man's gun.
Good morning.
Morning.
How did it go?
Well, I had a little trouble convincing that baby to come into the world.
Must have been the surroundings. You realize it's not every woman that would let her man spend the night in the cat house.
Just tending to her medical needs, darling.
Better be all you were tending to.
Good night. I see you, and I raise.
He's bluffing.
Gets it from Ida McGuire, that old whatever the hell it's called.
Hypochondriac. And I thank you not to talk about my patients that way.
Patient. Nothing wrong with that old bird except need for special attention.
I cater to the ills of all people, Bob, including the ones that you pick up from time to time. Now put your money in or fold those cards.
Don't rush me.
That's right, Bob. Don't do anything you might regret.
I'm out, damn it.
Ray here tells me you got a nice gun for sale. What's the matter with it?
I just don't have the need, Monty.
Well, this isn't St. Louis, Doc. I'll drop by later and take a look at it. If it's everything I hear, I'll make you an offer. Boys?
Okay. You in or out, Ray?
I'll see you. And raise.
I thought the law caught up with him in the panhandle.
So did I.
Man should learn to break his bad habits.
This man's been shot in the gut. We need to get him to my office. Somebody please help me, all right?
Leave him, Doc. Dalton Coe is a pitiless killer. Now, he's had it coming a long time now.
That's right. Kill lawmen and innocent people. You just saw.
I don't know what I saw. All I know is there's a dying man here that needs looking after. Now, please help me.
No. No. He is not worth saving. Now, Doc, you let him die.
Fred's right. That's right.
I can't do that. All right, you're not gonna help me? Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Get out of the way.
It's all right.
Take a deep breath.
Will he live?
He wants to.
Let me finish up. Come on.
Okay.
Any other surgeon, he'd be dead.
I don't know about that.
I do. Out here, a wound like this more than likely puts a man underground. You must have learned this at your fancy medical school.
No. Gettysburg.
Morning, Sheriff.
Morning, Madison. Well, I imagine you've had yourself quite a night.
Well, he had a bit of lead in him.
So I heard. Is he going to live?
It's hard to say.
Seems a shame, you wasting all that good doctrine on the likes of him.
Well, I take him as I get him. Pedigree's the least of my concerns.
Huh. Even when he's going to hang anyway? Hell, the way I heard it, he murdered Monty Barnes right in front of you.
Well, you might have heard wrong. From where I was sitting, it didn't seem that simple.
I gotta admit, I don't entirely understand you, Doc. If it was me, I'd probably let him die.
Well, then it's a good thing you're the sheriff.
Maybe. Thing is, as the law, I've got to protect this town against the likes of him. Now, I want him moved to the jail.
Frank. He's too weak to go anywhere.
That mean you intended on keeping him here, in your home?
Well, now, for the time being, yes. At least until he's strong enough to be moved elsewhere.
The sooner the better, Doc.
He's cold.
Anna, hand me the glass. He's fine. Gordon? Now from? Well. Nice of you gentlemen to wait for me.
Figured you're too busy saving what better needs killing.
You referring to Dalton Cove?
Fits the description.
Ray, I'm a doctor, not a judge. What's the matter with everybody?
Look, Doc, you might think you did the right thing last night, but you did it for the wrong man.
You've heard what he's capable of, the things he's done.
Now we hear you made him a guest in your own home.
He's a patient. And when he's feeling better, I'll let the law deal with him.
The law? Lampier's good. He's no match for the likes of Dalton Cove. No. The fact is, if it wasn't for you, that killer would be a memory now. Instead of a plague waiting to be set loose on everything we've built here. Folks are mad.
Because I did my job.
Because you did it too well.
Well, then the hell with them. And the hell with a lot of you.
Vernon! Trusted Comanche. Looks like we killed them all, Frank. white woman. Look what they've done to her. Muy bonita.
When did the fever start?
Just after you left. But I think he's coming out of it.
In the meantime, it looks like our neighbors aren't going to be so neighborly. Seems they aren't too happy about my patching him up.
I'm sure it'll pass.
Maybe. If he does.
He's a man with enemies. But you knew that when you took him in. As I told you before, I'm more than willing to take him off your hands.
Frank, he's still too weak to be moved.
And I guess there's nothing I can do, is there?
Mrs. Barnes, I'm so sorry. If there's anything that I can do.
You can give him some company. A few of us figure we need to deal with Cole now, permanently, while he's too weak to fight back. We need your help, Doc.
You know better.
Just asking you to turn your back is all, Doc. Nothing to it.
Fred's right. Look, we know you were just doing what you thought was right, but now it's time to help us out. We're your neighbors.
Which one of you neighbors has the nerve to come and get him? I just don't know you fellas anymore.
Well, Doc, you got to be the most unpopular man in town or running out of patience. I'm all the way out here to make a social call?
Well, a bit of both, I'm afraid.
Well, with all my ailments, a medical man's always welcome under this roof. Besides, I don't pay much attention to public opinion. It's the reason I left town in the first place. So, what's on your mind?
Rebecca Coe.
Oh. Yeah, that poor woman's been dead a long time.
So you knew her then?
Hmm. Sodbusters came up from Kansas. Husband died at the hands of Pawnee and left her dirt poor. 2 little children to feed. She died of the influenza, and the little girl passed on soon after.
Did she have a son?
Oh, come on, Doc. I think you know the answer to that one.
Why'd he come back?
Well, see the girl he loved, I suppose.
Who was that?
Anna McShane.
Won't make much difference to Paul.
He's the best hand he's got.
But not the best family.
We could run.
Dalton, why can't it just stay the way it
But I love you, Anna.
Won't make much difference to Paul.
I thought you felt the same.
But it's just not as simple as you make it.
Why is he so against us, Courtney?
Just is. Well, he's got
I can look after you. I love you, Anna. I want us to be husband and wife.
Dalton,
I thought you felt the same.
just stay the way it is. It's just not as simple
I thought thought you felt the same.
Why can't it just stay the way it is?
Did I scare you?
It's late.
I went to look in on Mrs. McGuire. I know.
I would have told you before. It was such a long time ago. We weren't much more than kids. I never thought he'd come back here.
He still loves you.
This isn't about love.
You tramp! So you chose not to listen. I'll do right by her. Trash don't do right by nobody. I won't be made a fool of.
It's not like that.
Oh! 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 Now, all I really want to know is, did you let him touch you? Did you?
The next morning, Pa told me he'd sent Dalton packing. After a while, I heard he was running with Comancheros on the Texas border. Within a year, he'd killed a man in cold blood. He came from nothing and figured he'd get a better life through me.
And like you said, that was a long time ago.
Not so long that I could forget the shame of my part in it. I'm not ever going to get rid of that. Pa's been dead 7 years now, but enough of the others are still around.
And they have something to fear.
Yes, more than ever. While he was learning the killing trades, they've built homes, had families, grew soft. No one's tough enough to stop him, or smart enough, or hates enough.
And what about me, Anna? Do I have something to fear? Should I have let him die?
No. You did what you thought was right.
You're better off staying put. You've lost a lot of blood. You could use the rest.
I want my gun.
You can't have it. Besides, you won't be needing it here.
And where exactly is that?
My office. I'm a doctor.
Then I guess I'm obliged to you for taking the lead out of my gut. Now get the hell out of my way.
Stop! Stop it!
Anna?
been a long time. Looks like it's been better on you. As soon as you're able to walk. I don't want you gone. Fine. I wouldn't stand on any roof that doesn't want me.
You'd be better off leaving town altogether.
Can't do that. Got some chores to take care of first.
They know you're here, Dalton.
Good. Wish I could persuade you off this violence you're bent on. Take a lot of persuading. Haven't you had enough? Not nearly. But I guess a healing man like yourself wouldn't understand. Maybe more than you'd think. Doc? Surprised you're willing to accept my company, Bob. Aren't you afraid what the others might think?
I follow my own mind.
Yeah. Why didn't you support me? Is it because you're part of it? You're one of the reasons he came back?
Maybe some wrong was done to him, and maybe some of us had a hand in it, but the past's done with. He's part of a world that don't exist anymore, and killing our futures ain't gonna set things right.
So what do I do?
Tell him to go away. Simple as that.
And what if he won't listen?
Leave the rest to other men. Only don't take too long, Doc. For your own sake.
Go. You want something, Sheriff?
I've been thinking it's time I took you into custody.
Funny. I was just thinking, after all these years, it's about time you left town.
What?
You heard me.
Listen, Cole, I don't want any trouble with you.
You know the difference between me and you is you want to live. And me, I just don't give a damn. All bandaged up like this, I'm making it easy for you. Of course, there's nothing wrong with my arm. And I'd be willing to bet that before them hammers click, I'll have blown your head off.
What do you mean he's gone?
Well, just what I said. Co backed him down. Next thing, he's riding out of town.
Damn. Lampier never was worth spit. Okay. Okay. The only way we are ever gonna deal with this is if we take care of it ourselves.
What are you saying, Fred?
Aren't I plain enough? I'm telling you, that son of a bitch is gonna raise hell in this town unless we get him first. Now, I am tired of living in fear. We all got homes, families that need taken care of. Well, I say we put him down. And quickly.
We're no gunfighters.
No, maybe not. But we got the numbers. He's still weak from his wounds. And we won't get another chance.
Doesn't seem right somehow, executing an injured man.
And we are giving him the same chance that he would give us.
What about Doc?
What about him?
He may not give him up.
Well, then he's just gonna have to suffer the consequences, isn't he? Isn't he? I mean, we wouldn't be in this situation if it wasn't for him and that whore wife of his.
And you wouldn't be in this situation if you'd shown some respect for other people.
You know, it is a good thing that you don't wear a gun, Doc.
Dalton Cole killed Marty Barnes in self-defense. Self-defense! I saw it!
Not like the rest of us did. He murdered a good man. And he'll kill again for the sheer joy he gets from it.
That's a lie. That's not true. He was settling an old score. Now, I'm not saying that that's right. It clearly isn't. I'm just saying it's something that doesn't need to involve the whole town.
Now, are you kidding with him, Doc? No. Is that it? Is that why you're siding with a known killer rather than standing up with your neighbors?
I'm siding with what's right for everyone, not just a few men. I know I can convince Dalton to leave town. Leave us in peace. Just give me that one chance, at least.
We're done talking, Doc.
You heard him. Now you best take your wife, make yourself scarce. Else you're gonna find yourself swinging alongside your patient.
Bob, it's too late.
I smell smoke. Oh my God.
Watch your clothes. Watch your clothes.
Hey. Be careful.
Damn fools! Throw me the blanket.
Okay.
Throw it. Could have killed us.
They're scared.
They're crazy.
As long as he's in this house, things could get a lot worse.
It's only fitting you and me take out Cole.
And the Doc?
The way he treated me out there, I say he deserves the same.
I wouldn't blame you.
Maybe that's why I can let that part of it go.
And why not the rest of it?
Because it's all I got. It's taken me across a world you civilized folk can't imagine.
You've run out of time. They're coming for you.
I'm ready.
You can barely walk.
It's not my legs I'll be needing.
What are we going to do?
As long as he's my patient, he has the right to the safety of our home.
They were our friends, our neighbors.
You know, when they have a scent of blood in their nostrils, turns a normal person into a crazy man.
Sounds like you're talking from experience, Doc.
Give it to me.
I kind of like it. I'm not so sure I want to give it up just yet.
Well, you'll get yours back. But the minute you're strong enough to carry a gun, you're strong enough to walk out of here. Now give it to me.
told me. You swore after the war.
To save lives, I know.
He's not worth it.
This isn't about him, Anna. It's about you and me. It's about doing what's right.
For a man who doesn't wear one, your husband sure knows his way around a gun. Was it blue or gray?
What?
The uniforms he was killing.
Said it didn't make much difference after a while.
Of course not. That's why he didn't want to pick it up. He was afraid he might learn to enjoy it again.
He's nothing like you, Dalton.
He's everything like me. Doesn't matter if it's a gun or a scalpel, we both like playing God.
He saved your life.
Ain't that what he's paid for?
He's not paid to risk his life for cowards. Only man who ever stood up for you, Dalton, and you're forcing him to fight your battles. You're afraid. You're too weak to face him on your own, so you're getting a better man to do it for you.
There was a time when you thought I was the better man.
That was a long time ago. Now I just want you to take your gun and leave us in peace.
We've come for Ko.
He's resting.
Yeah, well, maybe I ought to wake him up.
Can't do that. Maybe you should all go home. You might wake up tomorrow morning and feel different about things.
No one is leaving here without that killer. Now hand him over.
I can't do that.
Well, I guess we're just gonna have to get him ourselves.
This is my property, Fred. I'm willing to defend my right to keep you off of it.
Doesn't have to come to that, Doc. We only want Ko.
Like I said, he's resting.
Oh, he'll get plenty of rest where we're sending him. Now get out of our way.
No.
We don't want to hurt you or your wife.
You do what you have to, Ray.
Oh, the hell with this.
Anna was right. This ain't your fight, Doc. Your hands would be better used for saving. I said. Here I am.
No. 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 No, please. God, no, please. Don't do it! Let it go!
Let it go.
Borderlands of love and hate, the broken paths of vengeance, a geography well traveled by desperate men, and the dead man's gun.